Hi everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. After a brief hiatus due to the craziness of Record Store Day last week, we didn't get a chance to put together one of these videos because of, all the busyness happening here at the store last Saturday. But we are back with a highlight list of the new releases coming out for the May 3rd, 2024. Yeah, holy cow, May already here. Just the highlights, though. If you'd like to see that full list, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just click on the upcoming releases. It ain't pretty, but you'll get to a PDF that shows everything that there is coming out there. And if you see something you'd like on that full list or in the video today, just let us know here at the store and we'll get that pre-ordered for you. Onward now, though, to the new releases for Friday, the 3rd of May, 2024. And we're starting off with a unique one from the Vitamin String Quartet, or VSQ. This one, they are performing Taylor Swift songs. With this one, you'll hear the 12-string quartet doing their renditions of favorite Taylor tracks from throughout her career. From Red to Reputation to Folklore and pretty much everything in between, VSQ has got you covered with this comprehensive tribute to this one-of-a-kind artist. Adorned in an impressive pink and yellow-purple swirl colorway, reminiscent of an artist's paint hitting the canvas is what the description says. It's only been a week and I missed these descriptions already. A single LP, Vitamin String Quartet performs Taylor Swift on that pink and bluish colored vinyl, coming in at a suggested list price of $30. Also on the new release front, we've got something from Dua Lipa. This is called Radical Optimism. Our description says that this is an album that taps into the pure joy and happiness of having clarity in situations that once seemed impossible to face. Two variations of this that we're seeing in our pre-orders. Looks like this is going to be around the $30 mark actually for both of them. We're getting a clear vinyl version and a cherry red vinyl version. So again, new stuff from Dua Lipa called Radical Optimism. Also something new from the artist Sia. This is called Reasonable Woman. And our description, mincing no words, says, try to think about an artist who has transferred from an in-demand indie pop vocalist to a global pop superstar just more than a decade into their career. And that's what we get with Sia. So this brand new one called Reasonable Woman, a couple of different variations as well. A blue vinyl version looking at list price of about $25, and then an indie exclusive pink vinyl version as well, listing also for $25. Also interesting, here is the next in the series of the Lost themes coming from John Carpenter. And our description says it's been a decade since John Carpenter recorded the material that would become Lost Themes, the debut album of his non-film music and the opening salvo in one of Hollywood's greatest second acts. So Carpenter has referred to these compositions throughout the series as soundtracks for the movies in your mind. On this fourth installment in the series, these movies are film noirs. Like the film genre they were influenced by, what makes these songs noirish is sometimes slippery and hard to define, and not merely reducible to a collection of tropes. So the scores for the great American noir pictures were largely orchestral, while Carpenter's work, along with his son Cody Carpenter and godson Daniel Davies, work off a sturdy synth and guitar backbone. So again, this is the latest in a series of Lost Themes. This one is called Lost Themes 4 Noir by John Carpenter. 3 different versions of this. We're looking at a tan and red vinyl version coming in at a suggested list price of $26. Then an indie exclusive version on tan and black marbled colored vinyl. This one a little more expensive, listing at $31. And then finally a standard black vinyl version, that one coming in at a suggested list of $24. And that is John Carpenter, his son and godson, with volume 4 of Lost Themes. This one is film noir. Almost kind of sort of on the new release front, here is a big set from Devo called Art Devo. This one being a limited rubber gloves edition, 3 LPs on some various colored vinyl as well. Our description says that Futurismo present a new version of Devo's highly celebrated and sold out box set release, Art Devo, 1973 through 1977. Now available as a 3 LP set in a choice of limited colors. So this is the release all hardcore Devo fans have been waiting for. Art Devo is a vital collection housing unheard and obscure mind blowers sourced directly from the vaults of the De-Evolutionary Band. This anthology takes you from the band's initial conception in Akron, Ohio, onto the moment before they woke the world up in a collection of sonic and visual art that captures Devo at the dawn of industrial death. So Devo's Art Devo Limited Rubber Gloves Edition, triple LP on multicolored vinyl by the looks of this, listing fairly reasonable for a 3 LP set. $60 is the suggested list price for that. Onward now to some of the reissues for the 3rd of May. We have got a compilation called Turn It On Again, The Hits, coming from Genesis. Double LP set on black vinyl. The Hits from Genesis is a greatest hits package. Originally released in 1999, it went on to achieve multi-platinum status in many countries, and it features 18 tracks spread across that double LP set. Now, these range from Peter Gabriel-era classics onward to the 80s with Turn It On Again and Mama, with Phil Collins, of course, and then into their massive hits of the mid-80s and early 90s with things like Invisible Touch and We Can't Dance. So a wide selection of Genesis stuff through the years, taking them from those prog roots onward to their top 40ness. Double LP set on black vinyl, Turn It On Again, The Hits from Genesis, coming in at a suggested list price of $35. Hard to seem that this is now over 40 years, but here we are on this. We're getting a remastered and colored vinyl version of High Infidelity from REO Speedwagon. The Billboard #1 certified diamond, that means 10 times platinum album, includes the big hits Keep On Lovin' You, Take It On the Run, Don't Let 'Em Go, and In Your Letter. So again, this one has been newly remastered and it's coming on sea glass colored vinyl. REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity, coming in at a suggested list price of $27. From Cleopatra Records, here is a reissue of Teaser from Tommy Bolin. This one coming on blue and black and white splattered vinyl. The description says that this is a gorgeous, meticulously crafted reissue of the critically acclaimed 1975 debut solo album from the celebrated James Gang and Deep Purple guitarist Tommy Bolin. The first of only 2 solo albums he completed in his lifetime, Teaser is regarded as the quintessential Bolin album, mixing all of his influences from rock to blues to jazz and reggae and beyond. Coming on that multicolor splattered vinyl that we talked about, Teaser from Tommy Bolin, listing for about $33. On the metal side of things, it's not very old to begin with, but here we are getting a reissue of Persona Non Grata from the band Exodus. This one coming on clear, black, and turquoise splatter-colored vinyl from Nuclear Blast Records. This one going back to 2021. The reissue coming in at a suggested list price of $36. How about a cool punk reissue to kick your May off as well? Here's something from Tsunami Bomb, and the album is Definitive Act. This is a reissue of the 2004 album from the Southern California power punk outfit, Tsunami Bomb, the final studio album of the band's classic period before they took a 15-year hiatus. So Tsunami Bomb reissue looks to be on colored vinyl as well from Cleopatra and Kung Fu Records, coming in at a suggested list price of $24. Another not very old one, but another reissue coming from Melanie Martinez, and the album is K-12, or K through 12, however you want to pronounce that. As with her debut album Crybaby, K through 12's music is a vibrant and singular melting pot of low-key hip-hop, soulful pop, and indie-leaning electro. So the reissue of K through 12, Melanie Martinez, coming in at a suggested list price of $25. Next up is an artist that we saw a release from on Record Store Day. This is Lofty, and the reissue is Typical of Me. This is a 2021 EP being reissued from the singer-songwriter. Lofty, by the way, is a Los Angeles-based singer, composer, producer, and multi-instrumentalist whose jazz songs are about young love and self-discovery. Raised between Reykjavik and Washington, D.C., with annual visits to Beijing, the Icelandic Chinese artist grew up playing cello as well as piano and became hooked on the jazz standards of Ella Fitzgerald after digging through her father's record collection. So some interesting stuff coming from Lofty. The release is Typical of Me. This one coming in at a suggested list of $23. Very cool jazz reissue coming from Music on Vinyl. It's Monk's Time by Thelonious Monk. Limited edition 180-gram red vinyl, as we mentioned, from MOV, so it's going to sound absolutely fantastic. This one is, as we said, a limited edition of 1,500 individually numbered copies on that translucent red vinyl, audiophile vinyl, by the way. Monk's Time is probably the most appropriate title for this Thelonious Monk's album, and the fact that he was on the cover of Time magazine in February of that year being 1964. So the MOV reissue, super limited, from Music on Vinyl of Thelonious Monk, it's Monk's Time, coming in at a suggested list price of $39. And then finally, let's do a fun one here. These tribute albums do seem to be popping up everywhere, but this one sounds kind of fun as well. It's called Punk Floyd, a tribute to Pink Floyd. So that means a punk tribute to Pink Floyd. Get it? See what they did there? This one is coming from Cleopatra Records in the description. Let's just dive into it. Punk meets prog in this supercharged tribute album where legendary punk bands add a heavy dose of attitude, authority, and anarchy to these beloved Pink Floyd songs. Features performances by some of the most heralded veterans of the punk rock movement, bands like Fear, The Vibrators, UK Subs, Dead Boys, Skids, Anti-Nowhere League, The Members, and many, many more. And by the way, the description says that all of these tracks are exclusive to this compilation. So there we have it. Just to hear Fear doing Astronomy Domini, I think I may have to check this one out. So Punk Floyd, a punk tribute to Pink Floyd, various artists, coming from Cleopatra Records on red, kind of splatter-looking vinyl there. A list price suggested of $28 on that one. So that is a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for Friday, the 3rd of May, 2024. If you are local and you see something you'd like us to get a hold of, just let us know and we'll put in a pre-order for you. If you'd like to see that full list also, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. Look for the link that says Upcoming Vinyl. Click on that. You'll see the PDF of everything that there is to offer for this upcoming week. If you see something in that big list, same thing, just give us a call or contact us here at the store, and we will put in a pre-order for you. So until next time, this is Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. You folks have a great week. Thanks for being here.